Welcome to this amazing time of awakening. That's what it is. Something that's been occurring in my meditations lately, several things actually, that we are to make every moment a walking meditation. It's not just meditating once, twice, 3 times a day. It's creating a meditation with every step, every breath. Start visualizing the world with this beautiful golden light around it. So this is what has been coming up during this Great Awakening. That I'm no longer to put my foot in the pond of the matrix and the spiritual world, the truth of who we are, our divine oneness with everything. No duality. It's like a big pond that sometimes we jump in and are covered by it. Other times we're wading through it. Other times we're putting our foot in or even a toe. No more. This Great Awakening is about not being in the illusion of this 3D world, but being above it in our divine self. Within us is this sacred heart. Below that, right under our ribs, let me see if I can show you, like this area here, it's almost like a diamond under the ribs. That's our soul seed. That is what connects us to the portal of our divine self, of creation. And below that, in the solar plex, is where we breathe in and out of and expand and create pathways of light to put them into the world and envelop all things. Now, with these 3 aspects of self, the sacred heart, the soul seed, and the solar plex, this is the new sacred space. Bringing the light forth, enveloping ourselves in this beautiful mantle of creation, of truth, being nourished by Mother Earth herself with every vitamin and every mineral that is needed for the human body. And I'll show you how to do that briefly. This isn't the full thing, but it is so important right now that we really go into the true divine self. When I asked recently for help from some high beings to really put me back on track where I needed to be, I was not expecting Archangel Metatron to step forth first. I was not even aware of Metatron. I mean, I've heard of Metatron. I didn't know anything about him because my soul group, my higher connections that I get in the night have always been Yeshua, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, many of these beings, these beautiful light beings, that when they come to me, I know it's them because there's little bells tinkling in the night or a chime, something soft and sweet, and I notice it up and start writing or meditating. And that is where my book, The Awakening Ones, originally manifested from, was from their guidance, their direction. So what I asked this being Metatron before I went to bed, because I like to write things next to my bed, like, because I always forget in the night, like, you know, in other words, say, wake me up when I have the answer for this, and then I'll write it down, and often I go back to sleep, and in the morning I read it and go, oh wow, I forgot I even asked that, and I forgot even that it was answered. But I said, okay, you're this new energy for me, so how will I know it's you and not these other divine beings that have walked with me my whole life? So I said, give me a clear signal that it's your energy coming through. And believe me, they're very accommodating. They're here to serve, especially right now. So what happened in the night? Literally about 2:12 in the night, and that's only because I looked at the clock after, I mean, so it could have been 2:11, I don't know. There was this knocking on the door like this, like that. I mean, I absolutely just jumped out of bed, literally jumped out of bed because I was so startled, and then realized there was nobody knocking at my door. It was Metatron. I said I wanted clarity. So that is how he presented himself. So I immediately just got up, sat in a meditation pose, and started writing what he had to share. And it was really wonderful to see that support that is available to us. I did then request in the future to knock a little softer. The one group is bells, and we can ask for divine beings, group of them, to do whatever we're working on. We can call forth a group to help us with something. If it's healing the earth, if it's healing our own physical body, if it's something about our family, friends, whatever it is, you can ask for specifics, and call forth that angelic realm or divine beings to assist you. So, so now it's a softer tapping on a door. So anyway, but really what it was really clear, as important as it's been for me to understand what's going on in the human world, it is a matrix. It is a hologram. And what it was doing for me is giving me a clearer picture of what human consciousness, when they're stuck in human consciousness, is dealing with or going through. So I don't need to be there anymore because I've been shown the bigger picture. I've been shown, as each one of us can, when we then reside in the space of our soul self above us, and look down at the world. So bring that golden light like an umbrella. Look at it as a Mary Poppins umbrella, that you're floating above everything, whatever it is that you want to use as symbolism for you. But to envelop that over you. So I always start with this beautiful golden light coming down through me, through my, solar plexus, all the way down to my solar plexus and then through. But what I meant to say is bringing it through the crown, the pineal, and all of these areas, the throat, the chest, into the heart, through this soul seed, and through the solar plex, and through our entire body, like this beautiful mantle of light, of golden light, breathing it in and out, and using like the halo, the symbol of the halo, where you see it around saints. To me, I was kind of shown that's how they go in and out, is that halo was actually their portal. So that's what was being seen, was the portal of light they can go in and out of. But yet these rings are around us. They're all clockwise going now. They're all going clockwise, these beautiful golden rings of light. So I've got 12 going around me, and this, you keep it very strong around your back. Sometimes we're not seeing our back, so we kind of focus on the front, but see it go solid, that your being is solid, not only connected to this earth, where the energy is going through your feet and you're actually placing it at the core of Mother Earth herself, where there is a crystalline bed that's your footprint and you're the only one that fits there. That's your signature, and grounding into that. And then you're also now connected through your soul seed, this spark of light that is going through you up into your portal. It's almost like this diamond light in the portal where you're clicking in, like you're plugging into that. And then you see with clarity what is going on in this world of illusion, really. But who is it? Edgar Allan Poe says something like, it's a dream within a dream. And so anyway, how can we best serve? We can best serve when we're from this place. We can ask questions. That portal is always there for us to reconnect with our soul portal and ask the questions, see it from a different perspective, anything you need to know, and look down, so to speak, at this earth plane and ask what's really happening, because you see it from a different vantage point. This is what was shared with me, and I loved, my dear mentor said to me, just think of it as you're in London in one of those crazy traffic jams, going around circles, doing all this stuff, and you don't know from the vantage point of the earth plane in your car how you can get out. So you're stuck in this craziness. But if you go up above it and you're looking down, you can say, oh, I can take a right here, and then I'm going to take another right, and I'm out of it, right? So that's what we're doing. We're not viewing the world for what they're doing, and this person's doing, and this virus, and that deception. We're viewing it from above. What's really trying to happen on this earth plane in this great time of awakening. And it's not fear. That is the last thing this is about. And yet, how easy we've been able to instill fear in the masses. All of those beings that want to control. China's a good example. How many billions of people live there? And we've got this government that controls this tiny little body of men and women that control the masses. This is why we have to rise above this and no longer be in that space. We are sovereign beings. Even if we discovered that actually the US is owned by England, what was it, 1933, I heard not that long ago, that we were bankrupt, the United States, so we basically sold all of our people, our citizens. I think you can look it up. Who owns the citizens of the US? If the Google search is still working, where they're not able to censor right now, you'll find it, England. But then who owns England or runs England? And go check that, just be sure I have that. Owns or controls, let's put it that way, the Vatican in 1213, I believe. So isn't that fascinating? The minute your little footprints goes on that birth certificate, you're owned. You're not sovereign. So now it's time to claim our sovereignty. We are the children, the beings of the divine creator. And we are sovereign beings. Stop playing in the matrix. Take your feet out of that pond, that cesspool, and rise above it. And keep sending beautiful golden light into the world. Fill yourself with that light. Breathe it in, breathe it out. At one point, I'll do a meditation on that. We'll do it together on how to bring that light in. But right now, you do it. You ask for your guides. You ask for those that came to assist you with the remembering of why you're here, what you came to do. And just start on a small level. I took the risk of publishing a book and knowing that the world may never see it. But the interesting thing is about right now, I did it. I followed through. And of course, they wanted me to remember too, this time of awakening. So it was a prophecy. It was a prophecy that came to me for over 20 years that then became this book. And so read it or don't. Find your own way of discovering who you really are and what this time is about. Okay, that's enough. I send you love. I send you light. I've just discovered so many things since this time, this short period of time, but less than 2 weeks that we've been in quarantine, about healing family. Oh my God, big stuff. So, and it's not about doing anything out there. It's about viewing it from a different perspective. And then claiming my sovereignty, because I realize I am not my DNA. It doesn't matter what my mother's side was my father's side was, whatever DNA that I was a part of that, all of that can be shifted. We are sovereign beings. So claim your divinity, okay? Claim your right to choose and to awaken out of this dream, this matrix. All right, ciao.